I'm all messed up, y'all. I went live earlier with and YouTube decided to save only 5 seconds of the reading, and I just think that's so crazy. The reading, just for the people who go into it, I don't even think everything I put on the caption is what you need to know. So I'm gonna try to run back at least another one other reading, see what comes out. Just because I felt like you guys were slow. And I don't like that. I intended to come on here, drop 3 reads, go about my day. The air element is popping out. Air element popping out, chub. Let me wet my whistle. I don't even know why my throat is so dry. Somebody feels like they're evil eyeing me, but it's only one person here. So I'm not going to assume that. Maybe there's something I'm feeling throughout time. But yeah, there's a air energy that I'm picking up here. We getting word salad trying to come out. That's narcissist language. Oof. I hope nobody's dealing with a narc. But I'm like low key specialty. Hootie hoo. What's good, gangy? I know it was my girl. Yeah, damn y'all, I'm trying to make my voice clearer, but I'm pretty sure I can hear me because I have my headphones in. But what was I gonna say? It don't even matter. I think I was just gonna say that like the narc slayer, low key. Oh yeah, I was gonna share something with y'all. So a couple of days ago, right? I believe this was Sunday night. Something really strange happened to me. And basically, if you guys have been on my channel for a while, past couple 2-3 years, you would know that I was like in a relationship a few years ago with a young man who was, I haven't been in a lot of like domestic violence relationships. I've been in a couple situations, right? But I'm not the kind of person that ever stays around for anything like that. It, First time I start seeing that you kind of cuckoo, you lost some screw, I'm out of there, right? This was a little different though because this person like unwrapped this behavior very slowly and methodically. Long story short, because I'm not gonna get into it. If you guys want to go back on my channel, look at some stuff. I might share some stuff, right? Depending on how y'all respond to this. Like, I got arrested for the first time in my life a couple years ago, and it was unjustly. I was getting abused by this guy, and this particular day, he knew I was done with him. You know, we were done, and he was like, I was on my way to the beach to do healing activities with my friend at the time, and he hit me up out of nowhere, like, I'm coming over to get my stuff. And I'm like, why would you do that? I'm busy. You never asked me if I was free. And he was just like, well, I'm coming anyway. And I'm like, no, you're not, because I have something to do. So, long story short, this guy pops up in my house, forces himself inside my apartment. I was terrified to leave my apartment because he was abusive. And I didn't want to open the door, but it's like I knew what he was doing. He was like on some like, I'm gonna wait outside because soon as you open this door, something's gonna happen. Because he didn't really care about getting his stuff. He wanted to control when he could see me. And because I didn't want to see him, he just wanted to pop up and be abusive. So he tried to take my phone. He was trying to break it. This is the first time I defended myself, y'all. And I bit him on his shoulder. And he had grabbed me so crazy. I had crazy bruises all on my arms that looked really nasty. One looked really nasty. It was like under my arm because he had grabbed me and like, it was crazy. But saying all that to say is when I finally wrestled my phone from him and got him out of my house, I called the police, and I'm telling my friend, like, just come, pull up. By the time you get here, the police, we're gonna go and whatever. So I didn't know that this whole time, y'all, I think I went outside to wait on the police. No, I stayed inside because I was scared. And he was like, it was all this arguing, and I heard a police car pull up. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go outside. So I went outside, and I was upset because I was scared, and I was, he had just abused me. So I'm trying to tell the police what happened. I'm thinking they're there to help me. I called them. I'm just like, thank you guys. Like, this guy, telling them what happened, thinking I'm getting saved, y'all. Why this boy ended up, like, I think chatting the officers up before I did, or he decided, like, he knows the California laws way better than me. So I'm trying to make this story as short as possible, but I'm trying to get y'all to, like, understand, you know, when I was the one getting abused and I was the one who called the police. He knew California laws better than me. Basically, I had my bruises. He showed his bite mark first, and they already had taken a picture of it. I'm telling them what happened. I didn't even get a chance to show them my bruises yet. But the cops, it was two males, I'll never forget, one white, one Latino. And they were confused, but they also seemed kind of slow. But they were like, I gotta call my, supervisor to see how to deal with this situation, like who is, because, whatever. They do that. I'm chilling, y'all, thinking I'm finna go to the beach because I'm like, of course, like they finna take care of this. Why they're like, okay, pulling the cuffs out, like, yeah, we gotta take you into custody. I'm just like, oh my God, thank God. Y'all, they start putting the cuffs on me. This whole situation, long story short, I'm gonna say that again. I didn't even have to see a judge. I stayed, arrested for like two or 3 days. Third day, went to see the judge. Didn't even have to see the judge, y'all. She saw that motherfucking shit, and she threw that shit out so fast. Was like, send that girl home. I think they were scared that I was gonna sue the police department because basically they had let the cops know that it was like a mistake for them to have even had me in custody. Saying all that to say, this young man traumatized me in ways that changed me forever and made me realize that I will never lose myself to a person. That was the time that really defined the fact that I would never throw my life away to a person. But, so much happened even after that. I was getting terrorized by this guy. Saying all that to say is Sunday I got a message in my DMs from a girl, and I felt like I knew her at some point, but I didn't really remember her. And she's just like, can you call me? And I'm just like, what do you need? And she was just like, oh, I can understand if you don't want to call me, but I just want to let you know that my brother passed away yesterday. And I'm just like, who's your brother? Because I legitimately did not remember this. Her page was private. So she sends me a picture of him, and I'm just like, whoa, what the fuck? My first thought was, I don't even know if it's this girl. It could be him lying. He probably just wanted me to hear his voice. He probably just wanted me to respond. That's the kind of to see if I react to him being dead, like, oh, I killed myself, oh, I did that, you know. So I didn't respond for a while, but then she responded back and was just like, yeah, I know it's a lie. And I said, how did he pass? I was just trying to test to see what would be said. And she basically was just like, he jumped off a building. He jumped off a building. So, guys, she said that he was going through a lot of stuff in his head. Like, I didn't know that. He definitely tried to punish me. He was DL. It was a lot of things going on with him. But apparently he's no more. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm grateful to God because I was if y'all ever seen that movie Enough, he was like that husband where you never know if you're free, if you're really truly safe, if you're really truly away from the situation. And I always thought that one day I would have to. I still feel that way, which is crazy, like that he'll just pop up in the crowd one day. Yeah, I don't, but I don't know, I just need to share that for whatever reason. Right after she told me that all of these explosions started going off in my neighborhood, like back to back to back, right after she told me how he did it. Non-religious at the top of the deck. I'm gonna just pull some things out. I'm gonna pull that out. I feel the need. I'm gonna just get like maybe like 2 cards for us to expand on. This is super interesting. We got non-religious and we have destined for heaven. So this is like me in a nutshell. I'm not gonna lie. This energy, because people may assume that because you're not religious that you're evil or you're dark satanic or you're going to the pits, but that's not the case. I believe that Jesus and the Most High and all the people who came here to teach us oneness and one God, you know, monotheism, was not religious. I feel like Jesus is not religious. I feel like Jesus didn't want people to be religious, but they just took his messages and spun them however they wanted to spin them. So let's just see what we're getting here. What is the energy? Let's read. Okay. There is a non-religious Queen of Swords energy coming out. Doesn't have to be an air sign, but air energy has literally made itself apparent this whole time. We got Justice at the bottom of the deck. This quite literally could be a Libra. If not, this is just somebody coming through with the sword of justice. Okay? This person is not religious for some reason that has, that's important here. Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups wants to, I think, approach this Queen of Swords. I feel like when this Queen of Swords decided to take out her sword and get to beheading folks, that's when somebody wanted to come through with some sort of offering of emotion. And I think this person is more comfortable in swords energy. Like, what I'm truly getting is that, like, as soon as a feminine energy chose to be in this, like, fuck off energy, that's when a young masculine, okay, old masculine, it don't matter, y'all. Don't think of it that deep. Decided to come through like, hey, I want to talk to you, right? I was just going to say, what does this person want? But this popped right out. Okay, so some type of tower has fallen. I think a decision was made regarding something. A judgment call was definitely made with the Aeon here. And I feel like somebody's like literally like walking out the door and someone else is like coming in. It's like closing time. A restaurant's gonna close and one other person is like, wait. And the manager is like, baby, this better be a big fat ass order. This manager just shut her kitchen down. The dishes are washed and put away. The whole set is redone for the next shift tomorrow. So baby, anybody who knows that restaurant language knows what that mean. What that mean. You're done. You're done for the day, right? However, it's almost like somebody had an order wrapped up with this Aeon. I'm looking. This card to me always represents yourself on all the different planes of existence. Your lower self, your higher self, your present self, your omnipresent self. All the seeds of you that exist, that will exist, right? Some type of, before I say anything else, the Lover's card is at the bottom of the deck. So I'm getting that this is some type of love offer that's trying to come through after a decision has been made, after a tower has fallen. So what's going on? Because the kitchen is closed. What's going on, Holy Spirit? Because the kitchen is looking closed as fuck. We got the Hermit card that fell out sideways. So I'm going to take that as somebody is deciding whether to open the door or not. This is the manager. So I'm being told to stay with this example of like manager just closed the restaurant. If it was employees that closed that restaurant, they wouldn't open that door. They would have saw this person outside the door and told you come back tomorrow. No, right? But in this example, I'm getting that the manager's closing. So the person outside got to be talking money. This person in this restaurant is like, you better order over $100 worth of food if you think that I'm about to bust out anything. I ain't busting out nothing unless it's a couple hunduns or more, right? So how does this person respond to this? I'm really seeing this cosmic egg. Somebody could be pregnant here. Somebody could have just genuinely planted some type of seed, whatever that seed may be. It could be